Welcome, everyone, to Band of Badgers for Deadly Threat. I'm your GM, Ross Wiggins, and also the writer of this adventure, but more importantly, these wonderful players. Say hello, everyone.
Hello,
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
It's 50-50. How are we all?
Hi, good. Not bad at all. I'm feeling good. I cleaned my desk today, actually, for the first time in desk, and it's just so clean now. It's great.
I was wondering if you would give an actual time frame.
I've never cleaned this desk. Like I did today, I pulled out all the necessary wires, I tied everything up, I put all my many receipts that I should do something with actually into a box, and then hid the box. And now it is super clean and nice, and I'm feeling good. My mind has been uncluttered.
As long as you don't look at the box.
What box?
Yeah, that's why
Somewhere safe.
It's nice to know that your desk cleaning strategy is the same as mine.
Yeah. I mean, it depends. Do you throw everything on the floor behind you and not look at it afterwards?
It's either a bag or a box.
Cool. So I'm almost there. It's good. Don't look at my floor.
Right.
Cool. So, has anyone got anything they want to plug or promote?
I'll go first. In October, it's gonna be Dragon Meet here in London, in the UK. If you're around, if you watch the show, if you just want to, say hi, please do. Feel free to come up to me, say hi, whatever. It's cool. I love it. I think it's really fun just to like banter about like games and stuff and think people watch stuff and ask questions and things. So feel free, poke away. Don't poke me, actually. Just say hi. You can find me on Twitter and Blue Sky and all the usual places as Stellar Encore. Memes and divisive opinions about tabletop gaming.
It's gonna be Sunday. Is it Saturday or Sunday? Saturday.
Saturday,
the 30th of November.
Oh, November, yes.
November.
Yes.
But we'll be there.
Is everyone going from here? Anyone else going?
Yeah, we'll be there.
Yeah,
I will be there.
Sweet.
Gotta work.
Oh,
We'll just hang out by the escalators.
Just tell them you can't work that day. You've got to be a Soki.
I don't play Yosoki. I play a homebrew race actually. So
sorry, I'm so sorry. Was it a Hastoki,
isn't it?
The Hastoki, yeah.
Hastoki, yes. I'm so sorry.
I'm not so pedestrian to be a rat person. I'm too chubby for that.
Wow.
I'm too chubby to be a rat.
For all the rat people out there, that isn't the reflection of the reviews of Band of Badgers.
No, we love the rat community.
No, actually. It's specifically the views of Dragonborn Industries. Send all hate that way.
I hope he's watching.
He is.
How could you, monster?
Brilliant. Anyone else got anything they want to plug?
Yeah, now I've managed to cancel myself. Also, I will do a bit of plugging.
Only among the very small Stokie population of Earth.
So down here in Cornwall, myself and Ian and Jack from Dragonborn Industries are going to be running some intro to D&D games with our local new shiny games cafe, Happy Piranha. We're going to be running those in October. I'm also running some dedicated Gals and Pals nights for ladies and female presenting people only, which has sold out twice, which is exciting.
Nice.
But yeah, so if you are in the area and you want to come play some D&D, come check us out and hang out.
Cool.
That sounds cool.
Yeah.
If you're gonna promote your live face D&D stuff, we'll do it as well. If you're in the Gatwick area, we have the D&D Haven, which is a new thing we're doing, which is face-to-face live campaign games, multiple tables, private rooms with your own GM. So get in touch if you want to know more about that.
I like data. I feel like you're only just now figuring out this section is for that.
Well, I'm normally running it, so I'm like, what can I talk about? Oh, hold on.
There's Band of Badgers merch. There's a website with the merch on. If they want to be Band of Badgers, they can get a little logo.
There you go.
Tea towels? Do we still have tea towels?
There you go.
No, it's bath towels. We don't do tea towels.
Even better.
We should do tea towels because we can have a cup of tea, custard cream, and a tea towel.
Wait, I bought some custard creams today.
Yeah, I finished mine today.
I actually would love a custard cream right now.
Have you guys had the chocolate covered ones from M&S?
Whoa,
yeah. Oh, they are too fraught in a packet.
Wow.
They are fantastic.
They're so good.
The humble custard cream needs not a chocolate coating.
And yet, it's so good.
It's the custard cream is great, but the chocolate covered custard cream is a silver bullet. It is
the only thing that should touch custard cream other than my lips is a cup of tea. You dunk that bad boy.
Sacrilege.
So no hands. So you're putting the custard cream in your mouth, dipping it in the tea.
Okay, I rescind my comment.
Do you also then sort of like swallow it like whole, like a bird?
Yeah, I put the whole back in my mouth.
That would be bad.
I put the whole back of my mouth and I put the tea into my open mouth full of cream crack.
This is some weird Halloween game, isn't it? It's a custard cream dunking.
Is that going to be a thing tonight? Actually, can I try and win that? The custard cream tea drinking contest?
We can do that. We can have a face-off at Dragon Meat. We'll do that because Steve knows this. Ross knows this. We always bring custard creams. So at Dragon Meat, you come and find us, and we'll have some. We'll have.
I will not be filling my mouth with custard creams and tea. You will not see that. I'm sorry. Can I perhaps will not.
Cool. I would like to not promote or plug something, but last session we had the notice board that I got the bits and pieces from somewhere else and I couldn't remember who it was. So I've double checked. And it was from a group called Forgotten Adventures on Roll20, where you can get the letter outlines and the notice board background and the little red wax seal stamps. Very cool. I put it into Google Draw, I think it is, and just overlaid the text. So you can make your own notice board, but Forgotten Adventures on Roll20, it's like $4.99. It's a very reasonably priced, just because I forgot to do it last session.
Cool. Good man.
Yeah, we should plug anyway. I use Hero Forge for a lot of the NPCs that you'll see as well. Hero Forge is pretty good. I feel like they need less plugging than anyone else.
Yeah, I actually don't know of any alternative to Hero Forge.
But yeah, and I'll also plug myself. You can find me on Threads or Instagram, rjwickings86, which is also on the screen there under my name. Where I talk about the book that I'm trying to go on Kickstarter in November, which will be This Adventure.
Oh, nice.
And hopefully I can share some art soon as well. But cool. If no one's got anything else to plug, should we play some D&D?
Yeah.
Cool. Let's roll that intro video that we love so much. Awesome. Love it every time. So, a very brief recap of what happened last session. You finally made it to Narkel, the capital city of the elven nation of Spoya. Well done. You got there. You managed to get in without too much fuss, to be fair. You found a notice board. You found one of your contacts that you've been given, Biggle Dip, at the Old Man and the Cat Inn, and you all had a good time talking to him. You found honesty was the best policy with him. Much to Shafe's delight, I would suggest. That very smug grin from Steve there.
God, I think is the word.
Yeah. And then you found out about a tournament. You got a sponsor for the tournament, which was Biggle Dip, who had pre-prepared letters for all of you with your names already written on them. He had a safe full of money and gave you 500 gold pieces for each of you for Shape, Kingsman, and Far to enter. You signed up to the event, meeting Vistas, the elf who was not tranced in several days and was looking very exhausted in Guard Hall. And then as you left the Guard Hall, Shafe in particular noticed on the other side of the road, beyond the crowd, a very familiar figure by now, someone who just keeps popping up when you don't want him to. As Mr. Brown, as you also affectionately have named him, or the mysterious stranger.
Mr. Brown, mysterious stranger.
Yeah. I don't mind. He's been called many, many things.
I will call him way worse things later. Don't worry. It's fine.
You will. He just waved at Shafe. And I believe Shafe waved back, didn't he?
Yes, I did, yes. I did rein myself in from shouting across the crowd, hello there, Mr. Brown. Because I remember I have to be discreet and now, otherwise it pisses everyone off. So yeah, it was just a wave back.
Cool. So as you're trying to be discreet, that is exactly where we're going to pick up from. As he starts to walk through the crowd, but he doesn't weave, he doesn't move around, and this is a very dense crowd. Like, there are a lot of people coming in and out of the city and moving around at the moment. It's in the evening, about 6, 7 o'clock now, and he walks effortlessly in a straight line directly up to you, almost as though people are moving around him and giving him space without even knowing it. And he walks straight up to you, Shafe. It's been a long time, my friend. Would you be free for a conversation, perhaps?
I guess so. Did anybody put any money in your pocket when you was walking across there?
No.
Must just be me then.
How very fortunate of you. Come, let's just you and I go have a conversation somewhere.
Okay.
Cool. And
I'm going to pinch myself. After what Kingsman told me, I'm going to pinch myself.
Yeah, you're awake.
Okay.
All right, fine. That's a bit weird, but come on in.
So you're not a figment of people's imagination, then?
Oh, I'm very real. Don't worry about that.
Okay. Well, where are we going then?
Well, let's go wander across the road, and then we'll go somewhere more private. How about that?
Lead on.
Excellent. And he will walk you through. And now you're next to him. Does anyone else move while Shafe walks off?
Do we see all this going on?
Oh, yeah. This is in front of you.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
no one else is reacting to him, but you can all see him. He is very much there, having this conversation in the open, not hiding it.
Shafe, are you sure it's a good idea?
A good idea for what?
To go with our quote-unquote enemy when we're trying to...
He's not our enemy, though, is he?
Oh, he's my enemy for sure. And Fudge like glares over at him. For sure.
He just smiles back.
Well, I mean, do you not want me to go with him then?
Look, man, I've got to be honest. My judgment concerning your actions recently has been, shall we say, 50-50. So if you think it's a good idea, you want to try and find what's going on, I'm not going to stop you.
Oh, I mean,
I just want to make sure you're aware it might not be a great idea.
oh, I'm normally aware it's not a good idea, but that generally doesn't play into whether I'm going to do it or not.
Oh, okay. So are you going to do it?
Yeah, I think so. It's better to know what he wants than not know what he wants.
Fad like shrugs and goes, all right, well, look, just don't move too far from us, okay?
I'll stay in sight. You should see me above the crowds.
That's actually a good point. Actually, no, I kind of can't. Hey, Kingsman, keep an eye out for Shafe.
That's fine. Yeah, I'm sure I can see him from...
Are we walking,
heads
Shafe?
and shoulders above the others.
Yeah, we're walking. Go on, lead on, half follow.
Come on in.
Hopefully I'll get some more coins as we cross the road.
You never know where your luck might take you. And he walks through, and now you're next to him. You notice that the crowd are moving around him, but there are people having conversations that split and carry having conversations through you, as though they don't notice him, but something is making them move subconsciously. And then as you walk, he is looking at you. He's not even looking where he's going. You don't remember me, do you?
Yeah, I do.
Not from the other day. You don't remember me from where we first met, do you?
Well, we met the other day. That was the first time we met when you was coming out of the Queen's throne room.
Bless your memory, Shafe. Just try and think a little bit harder. And as he says that, you feel like a stabbing of pain in your head, as though something is trying to fight out that you can let out and it's going to hurt, or you can fight it and keep it in. It'll still hurt, but you can keep it in.
I'll let it out.
Cool. And as you do, oh no, that's you take 23 points of psychic damage. Because I rolled on the 3d8 that it is now, 2 8s and a 7.
Oh,
it really hurts, Shafe, like more than it has for anyone else. Like this is very painful for you, but you were taken back inside your mind into a memory you didn't even know you had. But you are back, and as you look down, you are wearing the silver and gold of the Spuian army, shield in hand and sword in the other. You look around you. You're in a battlefield, one that you remember very well. There are elves around you. You can see drow armies coming towards you, fighting and killing each other. And then in the sky, you just notice a little dot that gets closer and closer. And as it gets closer, it's clearly the silhouette of a person who crashes into the battlefield and sends elves and drow just like 20, 30 feet away as they hit the ground. And this figure stands up with this helmet that covers all but their eyes, these large black horns that come out of it curved back, and this cuirass that is layered with red, like burnt red and black layers to it. And they look at you and make me a perception check.
I have advantage on this.
Because of your sentinel shield?
Yeah. Not that it makes one bit of a difference, because I rolled a 3 and a 4. So that'd be a 7.
Cool. You don't notice then. This figure looks at you very intently and walks up to you as you're holding your shield and sword. What do you do?
I go into a defensive stance. I whisper a quick prayer to Tritherion, and then I will attack.
Cool. And as you lift up your sword, this figure looks up in the sky behind it to where the drow army are, and then kicks you, just like Sparta kicks you, and you fly back 30 feet. And just as you move, spears land and arrows land in the space that you were in, taking out the people around you. As whoever that figure is, in that moment, saved your life. Before they then go back to slaughtering everyone around them, elves and drow alike, indiscriminately. And you get back into the fray, but you can't find them amongst all the other people that have now surrounded them. And then you were drawn back into the street of Narkel with the stranger next to you.
So I would have staggered at that point, because that was a lot of damage I took. Probably reached out and steadied myself on him unwittingly as I went into that memory.
He helps you, like he holds you up to make sure that you can stand up.
I'll let the anger surface a little bit. I'll just look down at him. You know, I've killed men for less, and now I'm torn. Clearly, you saved my life back then, but that hurt a lot. I'll use lay on hands on myself to heal myself back up. What is it you wanted to talk about other than give me that memory? I'm confused.
I apologise for the pain, but I have to go a very long way to protect who I am and the many things that I've done, for better or worse. But there's a reason we need to talk, because I feel like for you, Shafe, and you are stood now, by the way, in the middle of the crowd, but he has stopped walking as you falter. The thing is, I don't feel like direct threats are going to work with you like the others. They've got a bit more to lose. But with you, I can make a promise. Something I can give you rather than take away. And as he says that, a ring of fire goes around your feet. And before you can even react, you fall through it. What is Shafe's idyllic dream? What would he picture as like his idyllic ending or world to live in?
So there's a canyon. It's steep cliff sides, covered in fir trees and pine. There's a small track entrance at the front, and to the rear there's a disused mine. In fact, it's an entrance into the Underdark that's been sealed up. In front of that, I've built a log cabin. One side of that cabin is completely stone because on that side there is a forge. And if we zoom into that area, that covered forge area, we find Shaith forging something. As we pan closer, I pull out the sword. I continue to beat it, quench it, beat it, and eventually, when I'm satisfied enough, I dump it into a barrel of oil. Pull the blade out. When it's cooled, I clean it off. And I go over to a rack where there are 50 or 60 other swords, maybe 20 axes, some broadswords, some shields. Just weapon after weapon after weapon.
Cool. And you can see yourself, like, this is whilst this would normally be a dream for you that you would be in your position, you actually stood next to the stranger, Mr. Brown, and you are watching this play out. And he just looks and smiles. This is a very pleasant dream. Very pleasant place to want to be, Shaith. Not that that's your real name, of course.
No. All I ever wanted was peace.
Well, I can certainly offer you peace and more. I know your true name, Shaith. I've been around long enough. I know enough people. I know who you were before they took that away from you. I can give you that back if you like.
That's what the piece of paper said. I take it was from you.
Surprisingly astute, Shaith. Yes, they're all from me.
Well, this is the bit I don't understand. The others said you cajoled or threatened them to carry out our task. Now you're offering me something for a task that I'm going to do anyway.
A great reward that otherwise you'll never get. And I don't need to threaten you. The others waver a little bit. They're not always 100%. But you, Shaith, if I stood the king in front of you now, I wouldn't even have to offer you anything. You would run your sword through him. And I admire
Run
that.
a teaspoon for him if that was all that was available.
A wooden teaspoon even.
Indeed. So, I have another question. Why did you now let me know that you saved my life all those years ago? And what for?
Why would I reveal anything? Trust. You now know who I am and what I've done. On that battlefield, I stopped that war. I made sure both sides saw the error of their ways. And that was a turning point. The nations all backed each other and they stopped listening to Squeer and Drudan, the Elves and Drow. I am capable of doing great things. And I want you to trust me, Shaith, like the others don't.
You want me to get them to trust you?
I mean, maybe. I'm not really bothered about that, to be honest. I just need people.
You just want me to make sure that we carry out the task?
Yes.
I can do that.
Good. And then you can realise this dream.
It kind of don't matter one way or the other. All I want is peace. If we do this task and we don't survive, I'll get peace anyway. Seems like being alive a bit longer is just a bonus.
Once again, very astute, Shaith. Your friends are probably worrying about you. I'm happy to get you back to them. Kingsman, you have noticed that you could see Shaith, the top of his head, through the crowd, and then suddenly it just shot down and disappeared. Back to your friends?
Yeah. Maybe in a minute. Maybe I'll stand here and watch this for a bit longer.
No worries. When you're ready, the door's waiting for you there. And as he says that, this line of fire goes out to the sides, up and across to create a rectangle of fire with like this shimmering black substance to it. He walks through and disappears. You can spend some time in here. You don't know if you spend like an hour in here, if that's an hour in the real world. You're not sure, but you can spend as much time as you like.
I will spend some time here, just taking in the silence, the smell.
Cool. And none of the rest of you realize this because suddenly, out of nowhere, once Shape is finished, he appears. No time has passed since he disappeared out of your sight. He suddenly then immediately appears behind you through this door of fire.
Well, that was speedy, Shape.
Yeah, I didn't get any coins this time, though. That's a bit disappointing. Everybody seems to be walking around.
Why don't you check your pocket? I was going to say, I'm going to try.
Check for me, Shape.
I want to try and like slide a gold coin into his pocket sneakily.
I rolled, and I have advantage. A natural 1 and a natural 20.
Hey!
So as you do that, Mr. Bubble, when you go to try and put a coin in, you have a pouch in your pocket Shape of about 25 gold pieces that wasn't there before.
This is. I'm liking this place. It'd be even nicer when something else happens, but I'm quite liking Narkel. People give you money. It must be because we're going to take part in the competition, I guess, and maybe that's how they show their support.
Do you know what it is, Shape? It's probably because you've actually taken care of your facial situation. That's probably what it is.
Doesn't Shape have a beard?
Yeah.
Yeah, and not a silly little mustache.
Cool. Are you telling anyone, Shape, what happened? Does anyone ask any questions, or are we all happy with what happened there?
I mean, Far puts together. He now knows that Bumble came from a fire portal. Shapes came from a fire portal. These are both the doings of the man in brown. Therefore, Shape went off with him. Now he's come back to the thing. However, Far's opinions are their own in the state.
Cool.
You seem all right with it. A nice little chat.
Yeah. I mean, it hurt for a bit, but I fixed that.
Oh, good.
What did he say to you?
He was. Are we allowed to talk out here in the street, Far?
I mean, okay, follow me, and I'm gonna just leave it to like a. Far's got like a sense for a slight alley anywhere, and leads on to a slight alley where we can talk without being quite an earshot, I think.
Yeah, there aren't actually many alleyways around here, but you can see that if you go nearer the Circles of Justice, there's actually like trees, and around the Grand Library, there are actually ways for you to hide and be a bit sneakier.
Cool. Yeah, this
most
is going to like a more secluded spot. You go, okay, this should be good.
Okay, look. Mr. Brown, apparently I knew him before, but he didn't look like Mr. Brown that looks like Mr. Brown now, if that makes some sense.
You know, I gotta be honest, I'm not really loving Mr. Brown anymore. I feel like it's anybody else? We got any other like workshop this, or
it's because you're not committed to our task, Far. He explained it to me, you see. He says he has to threaten and cajole you and some of the others because you're not truly in for what we're doing here, which is really toppling a despotic tyrant.
I put my hand on Shape's arm. I guess I can't reach his shoulder, and I go, he has my mentor, the man who was like a father to me and saved my life, tied up in a cave in chains that have been harming him for, I don't know, months. So believe me when I say that I have no interest in doing anything for him unless it just happens to be along the way. If we're doing this job, we're doing the job. But I ain't doing it for Mr. Brown. I'm doing it for my mentor. I'm doing it for, I guess, justice. I don't know.
We're not doing. I'm not doing the job for Mr. Brown. I'm not doing the job for Mr. Brown offered me. I'm doing the job for myself. But believe me, I am totally committed to this, even if it means I'm not walking away afterwards. Can any of you say the same?
Nope. Like, Far folded his arms. Nope. I'm not. I didn't come out here to die, Shafe. I don't have the same fervor you do. This is a job.
Then that's the difference.
Damn right. I don't know, man. I feel like I know you don't really want to go into it too much, but whatever beef you got with the royals, it goes deeper than just like searching for justice. It seems personal with you.
It is personal to me, and it isn't justice. It's vengeance.
Hey, man, it's two sides of the same coin sometimes. Look, all I'm saying is we're all on board for our
Depends
own
who writes the
reasons.
history books, I guess.
Sure. But look, my point is we're all in the same job, right? We're all here to do, regicide. Because that's the gig, right? That's what we're here to do. And we know that this guy's a bad dude, so no qualms. If it just happens to save my sensei, if it just happens to save my mentor, then cool, great, awesome. But I'm not doing this because I want to deal with Mr. Brown. I want to talk to that guy. If you and him are buddy from way back, cool, great. But I don't like him. I don't trust him. I don't give a shit if he thinks I'm down with the mission or not. I don't give a shit if you think I'm down with the mission or not. I'm down with the mission. Take it or leave it.
Kingsman, Mrs. Bumble, and Neshka, as this is going on, and particularly the point where Far mentioned regicide, you do notice there are some people that walk past and just go,
I'm going to
walk quickly away.
Yeah, no, we're looking for our buddy, Mr. Side, Mr. Reginald Side. The point is, I'm down to find Reggie. I just want to make sure that we're all doing it for, like, not for ostensibly bad dudes.
Does it matter?
I believe that the mission needs to be done. I think that's very clear. But I think we need to be asking why he wants it done.
Right,
to what end?
This guy, like, okay, I'm glad that you guys are friends or whatever, but this guy effectively has us mostly by the neck. I'm not doing this because I love the dude.
You've never remembered him from before, the same as I didn't. Is that correct?
No, I know him before. He came to my order. He ousted my master. I didn't know him like as you knew him, I guess, but I know him as a dude who screwed my shit up. Yeah.
Okay, but what I mean is, when we took the job from the Drow Empress, none of you remembered him, the same as I didn't.
No, I knew him. I told you.
You knew him before you took the job, but you still took the job.
I didn't know he wanted the job done. I was looking for the Queen, I thought.
So if you had known that it was him that wanted the job done, would that have changed your decision?
Fuck yeah, dude. If it was just him calling me up and saying, "What's up? Got your mentor chained up in a cave. Do a job for me." Well, shit. I mean, I guess I would do it, but I'm not happy about it. I'm only here to save my mentor and do a gig that needs doing. That's it. I don't know what it's like religion for you, dude, but we're on the same team. I just don't feel the same way you do about this guy.
But it doesn't. But what I'm saying is, it doesn't matter how I feel about whoever's paying us to do this job or whoever wants us to do this job. All that matters is the job is done.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Also, look, man, we look so suspicious. I don't know if anyone's noticed, but we're kind of getting a crowd.
You chose the alley. I thought we was going to go to a bar or something.
But you two are freaking huge, man. Like, come on.
Why didn't we go back to the Cat and the Old Man?
All right, boys, let's put your whackers away. We've got stuff to do. We're all on the same page. We've established that. Oh, look, there's a lot of grey area in the world. Right, you've all signed up for your wee little sporting events, aye?
It's not a wee sporting event.
I still need to sign up.
Yeah, right.
Oh, you're going to go, Nishka?
Shall we go back and get you signed up, dearie?
Yes.
All right.
Yes, I'd like that.
Okay. All right. Are you boys coming with, or are you going to go off and do your own pissing contest or whatever it is you're going to be doing this afternoon?
I kind of need to make a little scratch, actually. I'm kind of...
I do not know. That was me. and the mouse was. I went
The
to
end.
Done. I broke.
Cool. Thank you, Steve. So, next group is November Bubble going up to the guard hall. Was anyone else joining them? I think that's the question you asked before Steve really interrupted.
I'll join them unless there's a way I can make some cash.
You can make some cash around here if you want to.
I'm off to make some cash.
Cool.
I've got 25 gold. If you need a steak.
Thanks, Chef. I appreciate it.
Okay, Shaith, right. If you're going to lend him the money, at
Hey,
least
Shaith, I
I'm
grabbed
going
the
to
money.
pull out a contract. At least a contract. So if you put your name there, and then he will owe you.
I'll absolutely grab
with
that cash
interest.
but if he even comes close, it's like a spider sense for loan sharks.
Cool. So yeah, Shape, you give over your 25 gold pieces of fire, you run away from that contract into the big crowd so no one will ever find you. Kingsman, what are you choosing to do as the others split up a little bit and go different ways?
I'm going to go with Mrs. Bemble Bumble and Neshka.
Cool. And Shape, you go with them as well?
Well, I was hoping to sort of heal some rifts with Far because I feel like I've said the wrong thing. But he's taken me money and gone off.
I'm going to give
I was looking for an afternoon of bonding over gambling as we lost the 25 gold pieces.
You can absolutely find Far somewhere gambling. Just ask around for where to make easy money.
I'm going to give Shaith 5 gold and a Werther's original. And kind of, I assume Mrs. B would know where Far is heading roughly, given the city.
Yeah, you would know roughly.
Yeah.
What
And I'll sort of send him off with a little pat. Off you pop, have fun, be good.
I'll trail off after Far, trying to find where he's gone.
Cool. So we'll pick up Shape and Far shortly. Mrs. Bemble Bumble, Neshka, and Kingsman. As you head up to the guard hall, you notice that it's getting busy. The atmosphere has changed a little bit in the city for the better. It's like a party atmosphere. People are setting up stalls with fairground games. Not that you can win money on, but just fun games like a dart. Hit a card on the dartboard and you can win a stuffed toy and stuff like that. Real fun stuff, family friendly. There's people, sword swallowing, juggling fire, and literally juggling fire, not anything else, just juggling fire. And there's lots of stuff going on, lots of magic, but all non-offensive, all just fun magic. You can go to the guard hall. Vistus is still there, the very, 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 very tired elf. And you can pay him. And if you've got any questions for him, we can roleplay that out. But otherwise, I'm quite happy that you go in there. He will do what he did before, put the big pile of documents on, get you to fill it out, take your money.
Would we have already gone to get the money for that then, for the sponsorship?
You haven't gone to get the money yet.
Okay, because I don't have money.
Get with you, dear. Do we need to go back to the pub to get you your loan?
Yeah, we do.
Come on then. Right, we go back to the pub. We get the loan.
We'll speed run it. You go back. Dingle Dip is there, with the letter on the side of the gold, and he's immediately you can just take it without asking. He's like, "Yeah, it's fine. Here you go." You can grab it and pick it up, and then go back to the guard hall through the city. And it's getting more festive the more you spend time in the city. You would notice that it's particularly nobles that are out. The poorer people are running the stalls and the fairground rides and doing the attractions. It's a lot of money about, though. You go to the guard hall, and you can hand over your money, hand over your letter, and sign up. Unless you've got any questions for Vistas, who is just one tear just down as he's so tired.
Poor boy.
I'm sorry, have they not given you a break?
No break yet. I might get to have a break after the tournament, and then the next day I'm on the feast.
Oh, my dear boy, you need a union.
Is there no one else who can step in for you?
No, there's no one. There's no one that can step in. We're all. Everyone's constantly working. It's very busy.
Oh, sweet boy. I'm going to slide over a Werther's original. Hang on in there, champ.
He very sadly unwraps it and just
Oh.
starts crunching it. and then realizes it's a mistake.
Oh, have another one. Suck it this time. Go on, there you go.
See it as well. Cool. Anything you would like to ask Vistas about the tournament or anything else going on while you're with him?
Will I need to use my own weapon, or will a weapon be provided?
Well, we can provide a weapon for you. If you don't have one, depends what event you're doing.
I'd like to do dueling.
Oh, we'll have swords and stuff if you need them.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, that poor wee
He's got a
child.
spit-covered sticky hand.
Oh.
Cool.
Reminds me of my little Braden.
So, as you're doing that, Far and Shaith, you head off into the city. It's very easy to find out where you're going to earn some money. You see the fairground rides like everyone else. There's no money there. That's, those stuffed teddy bears cost a silver piece. It's a gold piece to throw a dart. There's no money there. But both of you make a perception check just to see what you notice first.
All right.
There goes that natural one again. And an 8 this time. So that's an 11.
Hey. 14.
14? Cool. It's very busy. Like, there's lots of people around here. Again, you both notice lots of money here, lots of wealth, lots of noble people. But the first thing you notice is a little stand-up table with 5 cards face down on it, and a person behind it going, everyone, who wants to follow the king? Come on, come play Follow the King. 5 gold pieces. If you find a king, you get 10 gold pieces bet. You can always wager more.
Huh. Yeah. I'm in. What's up? How do you play?
Cool. So here's how we play. What we do is we've got a king here. You see the king? Follow the king. Starts moving them around really quickly. Just follow the king. See? Always follow the king. Moves it around. He's not breaking eye contact with you. He's just moving the cards around. See? King. Find a king. Got a king? Found a king. Pretty simple. 5 gold pieces minimum bet.
Okay. I'll take a quick moment just to have a look at the table. It all looks like it's a standard cup game, right?
Make a perception check.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. 13.
Cool. Yeah, no, it looks pretty standard. It's just like a wooden table that's empty underneath. There's nothing underneath if you look under. The guy that you're looking at is a tiefling with like this rich red skin. He's got this long sleeve jacket on and with a sort of slightly torn shirt underneath it, where he's trying to look really smart, with these curl horns going back and no hair, like completely bald on top.
Yeah, I can respect the grift. This is a pretty good grift. So, sure, I'll take a little out of your pocket. Sure.
Hold on, far.
Oh damn! Shit. Hey, damn, you move quite for a big guy. What's up?
Just hold me shield.
All right. I'm sorry. One more time.
Go on, you can play now. Just hold me shield.
You want me to hold your shield?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. How big is your shield?
A normal size shield. You can easily hold it.
Okay. Yeah.
It's not a tower shield.
Sure, man. Thanks. Is that like a lucky charm, I guess? Okay.
Yeah. It's always seen me well.
Oh, well, hey. Thanks, Chef. I appreciate that. You want to get on this?
No.
All right.
I don't want to spend all of the money that Mrs. Spenblebom gave to me in one place.
Oh, don't worry. We're going to be making money, fans. I put down 5 gold. Let's do it, buddy.
No worries. Here we go. Remember, follow the king. King. You want to follow the king. And he starts moving it around so quickly. And he doesn't stop for about 10 seconds. Make me a perception check with advantage because you have the Sentinel Shield. Well played, Steve.
Whoa, nice.
And it's going to be against the sleight of hand.
All right, I'll take that 17.
Yeah, so I rolled a 2 on the die, and I've given this person like a +6 to stealth, a sleight of hand.
Well, that's okay.
You see, just as he makes the last swap, a flick of the wrist as a card comes out of his sleeve, and he just slots it underneath one of the cards, picks it up. 6 of spades, mate. Sorry. Doesn't even look at the card. He knows what's on the card already.
Yeah.
Sorry, mate. Loser. And goes to take your gold.
Oh, no way. I'm going to flip the card that has the king under it. Or did he swap the card?
You're going to ruin the fucking game.
Look, mate, I know, man. Hey, look.
Just trying to earn some money. Look at these tops. I can't afford it, mate.
Yeah, I know. If I was going like slightly loud every time, yeah, I know, but you're just trying to make a living. But if you're cheating people, it's not going to work out too well. I'm just trying to make sure that we're all playing the game the way we should be playing the game. Don't get sloppy. Now, 10 gold, if you please.
You can make an intimidation or a persuasion check with advantage.
Can I?
Okay.
Can I? I can't. Yeah, you've given him an advantage anyway.
Yeah, I've already given it back. The advantage partly is from you, Shape, but it is also the fact that
yeah, of course. I got it from the. That makes sense. All right. Oh, that's. Okay, I got 17 twice.
Cool. He panics because you're about to ruin his business for the night, as you know he's going to make a lot of money here because most people aren't paying attention.
Yeah.
Fine. And he throws 10 gold pieces at you.
Oh, thanks, man. Listen.
Picks up his table and runs off.
Yeah, peace. All right, well, that could have gone better, I guess. Man, these amateurs, you don't get them on the first game. You don't have a little 1 or 2 wins, then you get them. Jeez. Let's keep moving, dude.
Cool. Yeah, lead on then.
Look for another game?
Yeah. I was going to ruin every lazy shyster in this place.
Cool. The next game you notice is a game that you'd recognise called Zara, which when I'm watching is a real medieval game, apparently. I had to Google this because they also were going to play games. But they use them instead.
All right. I do love it.
So, Zara is very simple. You get given 3 dice, which will be 3d6. You have to say a number between 3 and 18. You make a wager. You roll the dice. If you match the number you said, you win double your money. Minimum bet is 25 gold pieces. It turns out a lot of medieval games were like chance.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
So that's the first one you noticed, though. There is another game that you noticed.
I think I'm looking out for games that involve a lot of like handwork, like our guy, the first guy, because fast-moving hands is what Far's all about. So he's like, I'm looking for these kind of guys that I can go up against.
Cool. The other game that you notice where you can make money from it is a coin flipping game, where someone literally flips a coin, calls it in the air, catches it, flips it over. If you call the right side, you win double your money. Very simple games.
All right, you know what? We gotta go and hand in our sheets to get signed up as well. So let's make this a quick one. Hey, Shafe.
What about the dice game though?
I don't know, man. Like, those games are usually hard to. They're played by like the pros.
Yeah, I know, but you're quite good with your hands. You know, the sort of manipulation stuff.
What, me cheat, Shafe? I mean, sure, you think I could get away with it?
Well, so I have a little suggestion.
Yeah, hit me with it.
Okay, so I'll go and roll the dice, but I'll make you invisible.
I haven't done the old invisible gambling shy since.
And then, and then if you, as I roll the dice, if you sort of just make sure they roll onto the number that I've called out, using your sort of very subtle manipulation, then
all right, Shape. All right, say no more, my man. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Okay. So we find an alleyway somewhere because I'm sure Far would have spotted one by now.
Yeah, for sure. The guy we passed on the way in, we'll find this one.
And,
in the marketplace, there's lots of different ways you can squeeze down slightly outside.
Smart.
You're fine.
So I will turn him invisible.
Excellent. How long does that last for, Shape?
It's concentration, isn't it?
How long for?
Concentration.
Long enough to win a good bit of cash. Oh, yeah.
Cool. And you're unlikely to take any damage for this. But cool, you turn invisible and you can head up to the area where there's quite a few people around and like different people can bet on who's rolling. And you see there's a Githyanki, which you haven't seen many of and you don't see many of in Snillmerg. And he has 3 dice in his hand, about to start another round. So come on, everyone, come round and you can roll 3 dice. And if you guess the right number, that's Zara. And he throws the dice as someone shouts out, 17! Both of you make a perception check. Even though you're invisible. You can still see.
Oh, do I still have advantage?
Yeah, you've still got my shield, so you still have advantage. I got 16.
Oh, okay, you could keep that. I got 10.
Cool, no worries. Yeah, you see the dice roll, and they end up on 16, not 17. Okay. That's unlucky. Everyone hand your gold in. No winners this time. And he takes lots of gold. Like people are betting like it's a minimum 25 gold pieces. He's taking quite a lot of cash in.
Okay.
Okay. So he's rolling the dice.
Doesn't have to. He rolled that time.
The way I see it is, as the dice like hit the ground, like Falk can just like finger and poke it over until it goes out.
It will involve a sleight of hand check.
Oh yeah, for sure, of course.
I'll
then a stealth check with advantage. You need to make a stealth check to get into the ring.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So I'll stride to the front, pushing people out of the way. I'm going to purposely make as much of a scene as possible.
There's no need for all this, chap. You just ask us to move out the way.
Well, you're in my way. Why should I ask you to move out of the way? You should move out of the way all by yourself. Why should I have to tell you to move out of the way?
You hang out with Mr. Brown too much.
Because it's just very common.
Shush! I'm speaking to this person over here.
This human wearing like these bright red robes with gold filigree in them, who is holding a pouch that would carry at least 250, 300 gold pieces, and is not intimidated surely by your size, because they are mistakenly believing their title that means anything. We'll continue arguing with you, and we'll like grab hold of you. No, I'm sorry, chap. You're not going to get away with this. I am a lord, and you should be respectful to lords.
Can I rob this guy while he's talking to Shafe? Actually, I just realised that pouch is so bad, and I'm invisible.
Just go for it. Just go for it.
He's so busy.
You can make a flat hand check. He is distracted, so any perception would be at disadvantage.
I still get advantage.
Awesome. I'll give you advantage on that.
Oh shit!
Shafe's giving you the advantage.
Okay, hold on.
Shafe's done a lot of work here.
23.
Yes, absolutely. He doesn't even notice the weight gone from his hand.
Oh, dick.
As he's so busy arguing with Shafe, he even puts his other hand on Shafe. Like, no, listen, chap, this isn't good enough.
Oh, nice.
Look, I'm sorry. I want to play the game. I have money to gamble.
Well, so do I.
Oh. Well, go ahead then.
Hold on a minute. And he now notices and then looks around, can't see anyone or anything, and wanders off. Oh, well, never mind. I've got more than that. Just wanders off. 237 gold pieces. Is what you just pinched.
Yeah.
Nice. You are invisible. And you currently are holding a bag of gold pieces floating in the air.
If you put something inside your clothing while you're invisible, does it go invisible inside your clothing?
Yeah, that'd work.
Cool.
If you're quick.
Yeah. He's still got the money to pay for his entry as well in there, so he's kind of fire tucking it at the moment.
Yeah, you're good. Cool. Yeah, you just gained 237 gold pieces. Nicely done. And you're about to enter into the game. Neshka, Mrs. Bimblebomble, and Kingsman. What are you up to? You've now signed up. You know the others have gone to gamble. What would you all like to do while this is going on?
I've got a wee little trinket to get in tune. Nishka, I think you should probably have this, and I'm going to take off the cloak of protection and hand it over to her. I think you'll get more use out of that if you're going to be scrapping, dearie.
Thank you, Mrs. Bumble. Would you like to take mine in exchange?
Oh, my dear. Yes, please.
Okay, I'll hand the cloak of Elvenkind over to Mrs. Bumble.
Now, I will ask you, do they require attunement?
They do, so I'm planning to do that tonight. Yeah, whenever we can. I do have to make a little stop off to get a little something. You're welcome to come with, or if you chaps and chappesses got anything you need to be getting on with?
No,
I have nothing else to do. I'm happy to join you.
Okay, lovely.
That's fine with me.
All right, lovely. Yeah, and I will head off to the place we discussed earlier, Ross. That I can't remember the name of.
Oh, Full Mithril Alchemist.
That's the one. Full Mithril Alchemist.
Full Mithril Alchemist.
There's a whole series of shops here you haven't been to yet. You wait. They're all got puns for names because that's how we do it.
On the way, can I keep an eye out for my child thieves, please?
My child thieves. What a great sentence.
Okay. 22.
Yeah, the crowd is busy. You can see there's lots of money around here. Every now and then you just see one of them darting and very gingerly taking money out of hands or putting hands in pockets, and sometimes getting a handkerchief and sometimes getting a dagger, all sorts of stuff, a music box. But more importantly, more often than not, they get gold and they just quickly take it and move. They don't stay in one place. They're all going in different directions, so they're not all around the same place.
Very good. Lovely. Just checking in. Because I believe last time I did ask them to get me something specific, didn't I?
You did.
Cool. Yeah, well, we'll go to Full Mithril Alchemist.
Full Mithril Alchemist.
Best thing is, I've never watched that show.
But you probably know the meme where you hear it twice, right? It's a good show.
You need it in your life so much.
It's a great show. Great show.
But cool, you head to this shop, and just for the map purposes, where the old man and the inn is, there's a statue opposite and a semicircle of buildings. All the shops are in there because the king doesn't want shops near him. And they're all quite similar buildings of stone walls with this wood trim on it and these thatched roofs. And they all have swinging signs. And you see one that is Full Mithril Alchemist. And just has a picture of a gem and some potions and some weapons on it. And you can head in there if you would like to.
I shall.
Cool. As you head in, you push the door open and it scrapes a bit on the floor. And then you hear crunching under your feet as you walk in. And you look down and you just see, in lots of different patches, there is gem dust where someone clearly has been cutting gems, and there's loads of dust all mixed up over the floor. Mrs. B, you would recognize that this is probably a safety mechanism as much as lazy housekeeping. And you all see the moment you get in, there are weapons all up on racks on the sides. There's racks down the middle. They are all clearly very magical and very powerful. And there's some variations, some more powerful than others, but there's a lot of stuff in here. You see some cloaks, some helmets, some circlets, all sorts of shit in here. And at the far end, there is this counter. And on the other side of it is a little workshop, and you can hear some grinding, some zzzz. And you can see this large hunched over figure, bigger than Kingsman and Shafe, just hunched over, working on something with these two big Loxodon ears that flicker as you come in, but don't turn around to pay any attention to you.
Ooh, what a wonderful establishment. How wonderful. Hello, dear.
Hello, everyone. And this figure stands up, and the ceilings here are slightly raised, but this 7.5 foot tall Loxodon stands up with this grey leathery skin and turns around, and he's wearing this really dark brown apron, leather apron on, covered in powder and dust and dirt, but underneath this pristinely white shirt and black trousers on, and has these the spectacles that change the sizes. I can't remember what they're called. And he just flicks them all up. How can I help?
Oh, hello, dear. Well, we're visiting the city, and I must say, I've been struggling a wee bit to get around. It's a lot of walking on old joints. I was wondering if you perhaps had a cane of sorts that I could purchase, with maybe a little, one of those, handles that can become a little blade, because, we have had to fend off some pickpockets already, and I think it would make me feel a wee bit safer.
You want a cane with a hidden knife?
If that's what they're calling it these days, please.
Make a deception roll.
Yeah.
His insight. Okay, you rolled a 2. Don't worry about it. There's no way you can not beat that.
Cool. Yeah.
Fine, I get weirder requests. Yes, there's a rack over there. There's like 3 or 4 pre-made. If it doesn't deliver what you want, then let me know and I'll create something else.
Oh, lovely. I'll just have a wee browse and I'll go over to the rack.
And you see 3 different canes. The top one is this very simple light wood, like a birch. And you can see it. There is a gap in it, and it is pulled open intentionally so you can see it. And it's got a full rapier inside, so you can have a rapier. There is one in the middle that is, again, like quite simple, but a darker wood. That the handle comes off and is a knife. And then there is a third one, which is made of metal, like a very dark, rich black metal with this teal metal intertwined into it. And that also turns into a sword, not a dagger.
Do they have price labels on them, or I'm going to have to ask about prices?
They do not have price labels on them.
Oh, that's how you know it's expensive. How much are you asking for these ones?
Well, the bottom one is 10,000 gold pieces.
Okay.
But it's adamantine. It's very good for defense, and also it's got a very strong blade on it. The top one is about 750 to 1,000 gold pieces if you want any modifications. And the middle one's 250 gold pieces.
Well, I just need something to get me about, so I'll go for the middle one, please, and thank you.
No negotiation on the price. Nice.
I'll take it up to the counter and I'll take out my little coin purse. 1.
No.
2. Oh, that's a button. 3.
He waits. He's not even react to this game. Like, he doesn't have to roll in.
No,
like,
and this is the thing. Mrs. B is committing to this, and she counts out every single coin.
Cool. 20 minutes later.
Cool. I'm going to take that money off my thing. Thank you very much, dear. Oh, do you want to check it, or is that okay?
I mean, you've been going very slowly. I've counted it like as you have.
Oh, I am sorry, dear. I'm quite tired of all this walking. This is just going to do the ticket. Thank you ever so much.
No worries. If you've got any friends that want anything, send them Van's way.
Say that again, dear.
Van. Like Bam, but with a V.
Oh, exotic.
Well, I mean, not really like born in the city. It's not particularly exotic. Suppose if you're not from the city, it might be exotic.
Oh, no, but where are you really from?
Oh, my God.
Oh, no.
No, God.
I was born and raised in the city.
Oh, well, all right then. Well, you have a lovely establishment. Thank you very much for the cane. We'll be on our way unless you two've got anything that you need.
Kingsman or Nestor? Anything you want?
Nestor?
No, I don't think I need anything.
Sorry, it just sends me that I just realised that this very slow 20-minute coin counting has Neshko and Kim behind us standing there.
Yeah. Very patient.
I'm sure I've been like looking around the shop, just admiring all the merchandise, but not really needing to buy anything.
Yes, very fancy.
Oh dear.
So Kingsman's the same. You've never seen him have anything. He's got his little backpack and he's got his toothbrush in his gob. That's it. Is that?
That's true. We could get a new toothbrush.
Yeah, maybe a silver toothbrush.
There are no toothbrushes in here.
Has a man found toothbrushes? No.
He's gauged Kingsman the moment he's gone in and gone, not a man that's going to buy something here. That's fine. Mrs. B, though, little old lady with lots of money, clearly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even if she's done the dodgy old lady trick, we did fall for. Cool. You've got an overpriced cane that also turns into a dagger. He's charged more because it's the festival season.
It's fine. I'm playing a long con.
Yeah. I will create a stat block for you for what that is, but for the purpose of this, if you take that off, it is essentially a +1 dagger.
Oh, cool.
And I'll do some other bits and pieces that you get. Cool. Far, we'll come back to you now as they've done some shopping and gone for a wander.
Honestly, we don't even need to do the gig anymore. Like, we just got paid way more than we make, probably. So I think we're good. We just got paid for our entry.
I don't know. We're here now. And,
I was like, dude, I've got so much money. We're going to split this. Let's get out of here. Forget it.
Yeah. Cool. Are you saying that out loud to him while you're invisible?
No, of course not. Fast wandered away. Like, they keep like tapping Shape as they're walking away, hoping Shape will follow them.
Cool. I'm gonna roll for Shape just to see. Yeah, he rolled quite high. I'll let him have that.
Thank God.
Cool. He wanders away with you, partly because Steve isn't here for the moment. He does wander away from you, and that's fine. No one notices you. You're able to avoid people.
Yeah.
Where are you going, Far?
So I think I'll pinch Shape or whatever to regain visibility, and then we can head into pay for our entries and sign up.
Cool. Yeah, you can go into the guard hall. Vistas is still there, of course. Very tired. He's got like a Werther's original in his mouth that he is very slowly sucking on because he doesn't get a lot of sweets in his line of work.
Right.
Looking very sad though. Still, like it's the saddest person you've ever seen eating a Werther's original, one of the best sweets in the world.
Yeah, it's true. Given by
like,
now,
he's just so sad.
Hey, buddy, how you doing?
Sometimes I think death would be a release.
Yeah. Anyway, I just get my cash out. I'd like to sign off.
Okay. And he brings the documents up. He'll hold his hand out for your money and your letter.
Cool, thanks. I'll recommend that Shape has as well, I guess, unless he wants to do it later on.
Yeah, we'll get that sorted. That's fine.
Yeah. In that case, cool. Hey, look. If I do you like? Is that has Mrs. B been here? No gnome lady, but yay high loves hard candies.
Yeah.
All right. Well, look, if you're a man who enjoys sweet treats, don't show me that, dude. Put it back, you. Anyway, if you're a guy like sweet treats, we'll bring you something back with our winnings when we come back victorious. Okay?
Oh,
like a cake or something.
No one's ever done that for me before.
Yeah.
They start
no
crying.
idea why. Oh yeah, I can. No idea why. Jeez. Okay, look. I'm up for dueling, okay? Like already backing out of the room.
Yeah, go.
No, wait, sorry, not dueling, melee. Yeah. Oh, melee for me, thanks.
You fill out the form, it's fine.
Yeah, just like, okay, dude, stop crying on my form.
Cool. So where are you heading now? You going back to the Abandon the Cat Inn, or are you doing anything else?
I'm going to look for the others to join up here.
Cool. And you're not too far from each other. You would eventually find each other in the city. What would you all like to do?
Is there hooker duck?
Excuse me.
Yeah, there's fairground games here. You can go and do a fairground game.
I wanna have a go at hooker duck.
A very unhappy Aarakocra walked past and said, "I beg your pardon."
There is candy floss. There's all sorts of stuff here. Like it's a medieval fairground sort of vibe, like a Ren fair sort of vibe here. You can have a merry night if you would like to.
Is there signs about where things are, or is it just walk around and enjoy yourself?
No, just walk around. Like it's almost like it's not a free for all. You can tell that clearly people are given positions, but it is just wandering around and finding different things.
So I am going to go and get the biggest candy floss on a stick that I can find, and then I'm going to look around because I'm looking for something in particular.
What are you looking for?
I'm looking for. I've heard the gauntlet is here. So I can put myself to the test.
The gauntlet is if you ask someone that, someone will tell you the gauntlet's tomorrow. The tournament's tomorrow. This is just the festival side of things. Tomorrow is the tournament.
I will walk around and scope out where everything is.
Cool. None of the events are here. They're in a completely different part of the city. Like you won't see. It's all set up somewhere else in a field because it's quite a large event. This is just the festival side of things. Just the happy times. You can wander around. And if any of you would like to play games, you can play games. Eventually, it will get very dark. Lights will come on, like magical lights as well as torches. And you can have a nice merry evening if you would like to do that.
I'm gonna go. You know what, hey, guys? You know what? We've all had a hard time. Drinks on me tonight. I'm just feeling kind of good.
Woo!
one drink is on me tonight. Each. One drink each. I'll buy a round.
Ooh.
I'll buy a round.
Yeah, there's like vendors with food and drink and stuff. You can buy some ale and wine on the street. You can buy some street food. Like there's some nice stuff here. And that's
Farah remembers how much Mrs. B can drink and definitely rescinds the offer.
Would there be the opportunity to do a little bit of light pickpocketing in this area, please and thank you?
Yeah, make me a stealth check and a sleight of hand check.
Okay. That's very cocked. Let's try that again. I got a 30 on my stealth with a natural 20.
Nice.
And I got a 30 on my sleight of hand with a natural 20.
Oh, damn.
Outrageous.
Wow.
So
outrageous scenes, Jeff.
Roll me a D100.
Okay. D10, where are you? There we are. I got 100.
Fuck. You get 100 gold pieces.
I've got to take a picture of that. That's mental.
Where did you get those dice?
Right?
Yeah, I want those dice.
Genuinely,
cooking them all. This
is
a
a set
night.
that Ian chucked at me and went, "These are shit. You'll have them." And they have rolled amazingly for me the whole time I've had them. Wow.
Yeah, there's lots of money flying around, and you get 100 gold pieces just from casually pickpocketing, and no one notices because you are a little old lady wandering around
with a little walking cane.
Yeah, no one pays you much attention. Cool. Does anyone want to do anything, or are we just playing games and having fun? Because I will probably gloss over that. Part
yeah, I mean, as far as just having to have a couple of drinks, play games, have fun. It's the night before things get serious, so why not chill?
Yeah, you spend about 5 gold pieces. Will get you.
Is there a chance to get a glance at any of the other competitors, maybe?
No, you don't see any of them here. No one you would call competitors. You don't actually know who the other competitors are, but there's no one you would pick out as a competitor.
I'm looking for the other stereotypical D&D party people standing around. A barbarian.
You don't see any of that on the street here, weirdly. You would expect to, and that would be quite a logical thing to see. You don't see that here at this part of the day. Neshka, what were you up to? Anything you want to do specifically?
Neshka has seen that other people are making money somehow. Probably doesn't notice that there's pickpocketing going on. And I'm wondering if there's anything that she could do to make some extra money, because she's not good at stealth and probably wouldn't pickpocket anyway.
What would Neshka be good at? What could she have fun doing to try and earn some money with people? Is she strong, would you think, or wild shaping and giving children rides in a wild shape?
Oh yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah, you can wild shape into a creature, and there are people here who love that. There are other druids here, but you notice that actually other druids are wild shaping and giving posh kids rides around and getting paid like 2 or 3 gold pieces per ride. You can do that.
Okay, I'd like to do that, but I'd like to turn into a much cooler animal than any of them.
Cool. What do you want to turn into?
Oh, it has to be something I've seen recently, doesn't it?
Something you've seen in your life. So that's quite broad. All the others are there's a horse, there's a bear, just a brown bear. That's nothing particularly fancy.
My grandson Barry likes pumas.
Yeah. You would have seen a large cat at some point in your journey, Neshka.
Whatever large cat I've seen, I would like to turn into that. Let's say a mountain lion.
Yeah. Cool. Definitely, there are mountain lions in Snowmug. You would definitely have seen one, and you can come into a wild shape and roar, and everyone pays attention, and you get lots of interest. Roll a D100.
All right. Let's see. Oh no. 80.
Cool. Yeah, you get 80 gold pieces from
right.
very affluent people. Like some people give you 10 gold pieces, some give you 2. People just throw them out. They're not really worried about the money here. Kingsman, you trying to make any money?
No, I barely use money, so it's the same thing. I don't use weapons. I don't use accessories or magic or potions. I don't
the
carry money.
antipathy of adventurers in D&D is pink.
Exactly. I'm just waiting. He's sitting here quietly eating my candy floss.
Cool, no worries. So you'll have a pleasant evening. You can go late into the night. This will be on until like 1 or 2 in the morning. It gets a bit seedier the later you go on. But
Mrs. B will retire about 9:30, 10.
Cool, no worries. And anyone else can retire whenever they wish to, but you can all go back to bed and get a full night's rest if you would like to. Mrs. B, are you asking anything of Big or Dip when you go in?
Yeah, I am actually.
I'm
gonna.
Mrs. B, you've got Cockney.
Oh yeah! Oh, what big old Dip!
Hello,
this is the real Mrs. B. Oh, hello, good evening, dear. Have you had a pleasant day?
I've had a very lovely day. It's been very busy. May I be of assistance to you?
I was hoping we might be of assistance to each other, actually, dearie. Do you have I mean, I know this is a private space, but do you have a moment to talk?
Always got time to talk.
Wonderful. Now, I'm going to speak rather more plainly than I would usually do in these kind of situations, if only because I respect the kind of man that I think that you are. Now, you know what we're here to do, and obviously you know what will happen once it's done, and the opportunities that will arise from that. And now, you and I both know that competition in this kind of field is a healthy thing. But in my short time in the city, I have noticed certain doors that seem prime for opening. And I just hope it wouldn't be too much of an imposition if, I don't know, I were to say, relocate some of my business.
I don't think that'd be a problem at all.
Wonderful. And I should hope that we could be friends if I did so.
Possibly a very expensive friend, but friend nonetheless.
Indeed. A sort of quid pro quo, as it were. I send you a tip, you send me a tip. We help each other out where needed.
You know what? I think that's a very novel idea.
Indeed. Just a wee thought I had, but we'll see how things pan out. You never can tell, can you?
Well, yeah, I mean, if you're alive or you're not in prison, yeah, I think that we could definitely do some business.
That sounds wonderful. Just wanted to get that out in the open before things move quite quickly, as I'm sure they may.
Oh, I think you'll have a nice day tomorrow, and then if you're successful and you can get to see the king the day after, shit is going to hit the fan.
Oh, it will. Should be fun. On that note, have any young ruffians stopped by with anything for me?
Oh, yes. Now you mention it. And he pulls out 2 invitations to the feast.
Yeah.
They aren't named, so...
That's not a problem, dear, because I think you know why. And she'll sort of like crack her fingers a little bit. Oh, it's been a while, but let's...
I think you need some liver oil.
Oh, don't you worry. I take all my vitamins first thing in the morning, 4 a.m. There I am, straight in that.
I think your knuckles disagree with you, but fine.
Oh no, that's just for effect, dear.
Go ahead.
All right, well, I'm going to retire and get to work on this, but thank you very much. This was a lovely chat.
You enjoy. Come on, the rest of you come in. Does anyone else want to speak to Big With It before you go upstairs to bed? And I will describe your room shortly.
I'm easy with like a polite nod.
He's drinking his saucer of tea, just nods back at you. The cat doesn't rise, it just lays on the counter, lapping. But cool, so... Go on, Nishka.
I'm sorry, I will greet Lappy.
Yeah, you were the first person that Lappy pays attention to then as you go over and will wake up and silently purr as you do stroke them. Cool, but when you all go up to your room, you go up the only staircase here. Like there's a shop there's a central area for the counter, and then there is a set of stairs that go up. And you know it's quite a reasonably sized building from the outside, but when you go up, the landing is like 4 foot by 4 foot, and all there is on the other side is a door. And it's a door that you can go into, and it is your room. And as you go in, there is this large, quite expansive, like maybe 30 by 30 foot communal area. It's got sofas, it's got seating, it's got a table at the back with food and drink, almost anything you can think of. And then there are 5 doors, 3 on one side and 2 on the other, each with your name on. That you can go into, and it is your private room.
Oh.
Nice.
And when you go in your private room, it is whatever your idea of an idyllic sleep, like idyllic bedroom or place to sleep or stay is. So whatever that is, imagine it could be for Neshka, for example, a forest. Like you will go in, and there'll be trees, and it'll be like it's like a pocket dimension into.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah. And then like a little stream, a little waterfall. Like they're not massive. Like it's restricted to about 20 by 20 feet, but that's pretty big for a bedroom.
Yeah.
I think
but
Fars
you
is like.
go on.
I was saying, I think Fars is like being inside. Like in a hammock in the underside of a ship, the sea gently swaying, the hammock swaying as well. That's what he likes.
Yeah. And the rest of it, you can go in, and it'll be your room. If you would like to describe your room, then you can.
Yeah, I think Mrs. B's is maybe not what you would expect. I think it's a very modest, small room, just with a simple bed, wash basin, and desk. Maybe like a quilt in many colours over the bed, but very, very modest.
And you also notice, Miss Bibble, there are pictures of all your children and grandchildren, on a little shelf. There are little paintings of each of them.
Oh, shed a wee little tear.
Yeah. Kingsman, what does your bedroom look like?
My bedroom, or where I'm staying, is actually quite sparse. I go in, it's brown floors, brown walls, brown ceiling. There's a small candle. There's a wooden cot for a bed, single. There's a nightstand with a basin on top, a jug of cold water, no soap, no towel, and that's it. The only luxury I have is a small half-folded pillow.
And on your pillow, there is one thing that you wouldn't expect because you wouldn't put it there. It's a little folded up bit of paper.
I'll reach down, pick it up, and have a read.
It just says, "This is possibly the saddest room I've ever had to make." Like, it's okay to want things and need people. It's okay. Signed, Lappy.
Oh.
But it's written in this beautiful cursive writing. And yeah, it just said, "This is the saddest room I've ever had to create."
Oh.
That note stays with you. Like, it doesn't disappear or anything. You have that note forever now, unless you discard it.
That's cool.
Cool. So you will sleep, and you have the best night's sleep you have ever had. Like, this is the comfiest room. It is perfect for you. You will sleep beautifully. So you can long rest mechanically. And then in the morning, even though there were no windows when you went in these rooms before, in the morning there are windows with gentle sunlight coming in and the sound of birds on the outside. Almost like an alarm, like a wake-up call at like 8 or 9 in the morning. And you can wake up if you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely waking up.
Yeah. No one's gonna let
100%.
I had players say, "I just stay in bed for a few hours. I'm fine."
I go back to sleep.
Cool. You wake up. If you go into the communal area, like there is new food has arrived. There was food out last night. There is breakfast foods, whatever is usual for your culture and that you would normally have. Like, if you want to fry breakfast, you can. If you want pastries, charcuterie, you can have whatever you want. And there is coffee, tea, juices, like a variety of juices, to get you ready for the day. You've got a few hours to kill before the tournament. Is there anything specific anyone would like to do before the tournament starts?
I do want to have a look around to see if we can spot our competitors. Like, if there's anyone else like out looking looking the part kind of thing. But if that's something that's not going to be out until later on, then I've got other things I could do.
You would probably be able to put this together. There is no one in the city that you see that you look out. There's lots of just civilians wandering around, lots of guards. But you think actually they're probably, some of them might actually stay at the tournament site, or they might already be down there getting prepared.
Right.
Because they won't all be adventurers. Some of them will be like guards and champions of a nation. So they'll be getting prepared and taking this very seriously.
Okay. Then I think the one thing I'm going to do is take a wander around, and I want to see if I can come across that place. Actually, I'll just ask Mrs. B. Hey, Mrs. B, you haven't come across anywhere we can like buy like gear, have you? Because you probably use like a little bit of a touch up.
Oh, there's a sweet little gent over the road called what was it now? It was I didn't quite catch it in the accent.
Bam. Bam.
Vim, I think is how he said it. It's called the Vim.
Vim, gotcha.
But it's called the Full Mithril Alchemist.
Full Mithril Alchemist. Okay, thanks.
I believe that line of working has been passed down his line for generations.
Cool. You didn't catch his name, but you got that bit?
Right, yeah, well, I read the taglines, dear. That's a tip for you. Always read the taglines.
It's written under the sign. Passed down from
This line of work for generations.
Now, Far, just between you and I, who do you think is least likely to win their event today?
Wow, Mrs. B, that's. I mean, I don't know. Like, what are you guys going in for? I don't think I'm actually sure what they're going for. Wait, what? Me? Hell no.
Well, if you hesitated.
You know what? Hey, yeah, it's probably me actually. Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll bear that in mind. Do you know what? Because I'm gonna see if I can wiggle away into the feast. I might leave it one blank. So if you do, not so great, I'll put your name down as my +1. All right.
Okay. Thanks, Miss B.
You'll have to shave though.
Okay, that's not good. I gotta find this place. Vim, you said at Full Mithril Alchemist.
That's the one.
Got it. Thanks, Miss B.
Tell him I sent you.
You can head out far.
I'll tell you that was. I'm going to like a spot, but yeah, I'm just gonna go and have a look around. Yeah, I'll look for Full Mithril Alchemist.
Yeah, and you'll find it easily. You'll see this semicircle of shops. There are other shops as well.
Ooh, rad. Okay, all right. I push my way in. I don't know. I walk in. I don't know how the door situation is here.
Yeah, scrapes on the floor and then just crunching under your feet of like gem dust that is just spread out everywhere. It's a bit busy. There's a few people in here this morning, like very rich people looking at weapons. And you can see in the far side is this large Loxodon who is not paying attention to any of these customers because they are not seriously trying to buy stuff. Right. They're just window shopping.
That's got to be the nice wee lad that she mentioned. I try to get attention, so I'm just like, hey, Vim?
Vim. Like Vim with a V.
That's actually pretty good. Sorry, a friend of mine recommended me your place, little gnome lady. May have been drunk, I'm not sure. She had a whole day.
I know the one. How can I help?
I'm looking for something a little bit of an edge. I don't really use weaponry. And he points at the lances. This is kind of the only thing I do really make use of. Maybe you could have something you could recommend? Oh, I want to punch things real good and not get punched in return.
Oh. And there's nothing on display. They're all weapons. There is nothing that you'd be looking for. He reaches under the counter and pulls out a little box, a wooden box with like no decoration on it. It's very plain and simple compared to this quite fancy shop. He opens it and he just pulls out this long cloth that you would recognize as wrap for your hands. He pulls out quite a bit of it.
She's coming.
And Yeah, it keeps. You're like, that's a lot of wrap for like one set of hands, and you realise it's probably made for a Loxodon's hands.
Oh, nice.
And he pulls out 2 bits. Well, I mean, no one really buys this sort of stuff, but yeah, this should help.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Oh, hey, Mrs. B mentioned that you recommended a nice discount for like she's a big spender. She was gonna come back in here and get some more stuff later, but me, I like to keep it modest. But she said you'd be a good friend and help us out a little bit. How much are these?
Make a deception check.
Oh yeah, for sure. And did I give back the shield? Yeah, I gave it back last night. Of course I would.
It's perception checks only.
Oh, is it? Then never mind.
Yeah.
Perception. 12.
He doesn't react. He just looks at you and kind of cocks his head knowingly. 200 gold pieces.
All right. Well, what is this exactly, if you don't mind me asking?
So if you wrap it around your hands, make you hit harder.
I do like hitting harder. Do you know what, my man? 200 gold, sure. But I'm going to tell Mrs. B that, you're not as sweet a young wee gentleman she did. And hey, between you and me, sorry she was like a little racist. She's old.
So he looks around the shop and then leans in. And between you and me, I don't give a fuck about that gnome.
I dap him up. My man. 200 gold, no problem.
Yeah, and he will take your gold. And these are essentially +1 wraps. So they are like a +1 weapon. If you wrap them around your hands, you will get +1 to attacks and damage.
Absolutely. What a guy. All right. Well, hey, have a good one.
Yep. Good luck.
Yeah, I dip and I start wrapping my hands, like whistling on my way back. All good times.
Cool. Anyone else got anything they want to do before the tournament?
What were we told about finding Lola?
Oh God, yeah. Right.
Yeah.
So I will speed run this a little bit for you. So you were given the name Lolo that they were in the city. You have got a leaflet, a flyer from the notice board that says Lolo is at the High King's Lounge. If you go there, you see that most of the shops are actually pretty shut. Like there's not a lot that are open today. And you would guess that the High King's Lounge, which is a drinking establishment, probably isn't open at 9 o'clock in the morning. So yeah, just to save you some time.
We'll go there later. I don't want to eat up too much time, but I do very, very quickly want to do try and forge those invitations in the safety of this space.
Yeah, so you can roll a sleight of hand check. You got proficiency with forgery kits, haven't you?
I do, yeah.
Yes, it's basically a sleight of hand check is what it is to make it easier.
Yeah. Okay. Plus proficiency 28.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, perfect. No problems. All good.
I will make 2 because obviously I've got 2 invitations. I'm going to copy 2, but leave a name blank for now.
Yep, no worries. Cool. Are we all heading to the tournament now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool. So, and as you all start thinking about tournament heading there, you notice a lot of the crowd are going there. It's very busy. It's going to take you about an hour to queue and get there. And in the city, there is a pathway that goes off to like the left of the city through the poorer district and the poorer houses that get poorer the further away you get from the main city centre. And eventually there is like this large open field that has stands erected in it with different coloured cloth roofs on them. You can hear lots of noise, lots of cheering. You think you see some bursts of fire from fire breathers every now and then. But you make it to the tournament location. Dave, if we can show everyone the map.
Let's see if it's.
I think we've had this ready for about 3 sessions now.
I've been on track for ages. It's nice map. Nice map.
But yeah, so it is very busy here. There are not tokens for everyone because it's incredibly busy. but there are tokens for key individuals, I would suggest. There are lots of guards here, okay? I'll make that really clear, just in case it's pertinent for anyone. There are guards everywhere here. Okay, you are never more than 20 feet away from a guard. This is Bumble Bumble. I am directly looking at you in the camera.
Yo, Mrs. B, there's a lot of guards here. So
I would never.
You absolutely
me neither. Never with this many guards around.
Not in front of guards. That would be suicide.
Holy shit, there's a lot of guards here. Okay.
Yeah. And as you arrive, the first thing you notice is there are 2 tents with these light blue tops on them. They're quite small. They're not that big. There's not many people going up to them. But you notice next to one over here, this Aarakocra, I'm doing it on the wrong monitor, that's why. This Aarakocra here is this white feathered with yellow colorings and is wearing this quite nice silver and gold armor. And their wings flutter out every now and then as people get a little bit too close. Just remember, everyone, if you're a champion, go and sign up at the tent. If you're the crowd, go and find your event and go and get ready in the stalls. It's not long before we get started. You've got about half an hour. Everyone hurry up. Not that one.
Not that one.
No, different
Not
one.
that one. Get rid of them.
Get out of here, you. Don't call this duck a hooker, Mrs. B, okay?
Yeah. You'll also notice this very
Why would I do
familiar
that? It's
figure.
very offensive, Far. I'm surprised at you.
That's what you said. Are you?
So would we like to sign up for our events and let them know that you are here?
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
Yes,
please.
Cool. So you can head over. There is an elf behind. They're just wearing a leather armor, nothing fancy, no metal. They don't look up at you. They hold out their hand.
Sorry.
Hand.
I shake it.
Cool. They grab your hand, and then they put their hand on a stone next to them that flashes with bright light. Fine. Jousting. Bottom right, gold-colored cloth tents. Next.
Yeah.
Come on, hurry up.
Yep. Yeah. Okay. Wow. Have my hand out. Yep.
Grabs your hand on this stone again, flashes with this bright light. Melee, green tops just over there. Go down here and literally just curve back. It's right behind us.
While I leave, like, why'd she say it like that?
Next.
I'll step up next.
Cool, grabs your hand. Same thing happens again. Dueling. Down the bottom, that's like the teal-coloured tent. It's a bit of a weird colour. I don't know why they picked it. But straight down the bottom, you can't go wrong. Next. Kingsman, you put your hand in.
Mrs. Bemble Bumble, are you going?
I'm not competing, dear.
Huh? Just me then.
As you hesitate, you see someone else barges past you. You see a black dragonborn. She pushes past you, grabs the hand, is told to go down to dueling, and then wanders off. Next.
I'll put my hand in before anyone else does.
Yep. Grabs your hand, flash of light, stops for a moment, looks up at you, keeps looking up. Gauntlet run. Fair enough. Bottom left corner, grey cloth tent. And if you wander off Kingsman, as you do when they let go hand, you just hear them say, "That's the largest person I've ever seen compete in the gauntlet run."
I love that you definitely pick each other's events.
Cool. So you can head off to your events. I will just reiterate, the gauntlet run is the bottom left-hand corner with the grey topped cloth tents. Next to that is the dueling, which is the teal-coloured. It's a weird colour to choose, and I made the map. To the right of that, in the gold, almost gold, light orange-coloured ones, is the jousting. And then melee event, easiest one to get too far. It's literally behind the tent you've just been stood at. You would have noticed Biggle Dip is here, by the way.
Right.
He was in the inn when you left, and he beat you here, by the way. Who knows how?
Another respectful nod. Look around for the cat. Keep walking.
The cat is not there. It's just him. And you see he's walking on a cane now. The cane that was hanging over his arm. He still has a cup of tea in his hand that he's sipping from. periodically.
God damn.
Cool. So I will say you roll at your events. You don't. There's like no one to notice here at this point. You can all head to your events, see the competitors, gauge them if you would like to.
Yeah, absolutely. I love a good bunch of NPCs. Let's go. Let's get a good eyeball.
Cool. We'll go to the melee event first. So, far as you walk up, you see one very familiar face. You see the Chief High Guard of Drudan, Belalia Tanulthar, is there in her nice black and purple armor with her shield.
Oh, God damn it.
And her Morning Star.
Oh, good. Hey.
So, that is her there. This one here is a Leonin, and you see that she's wearing this orange armor with like jagged teeth in silver on it. Has no shield. She is carrying this long chain. At the end of it, you see this arced blade, and she's just spinning it around and like extending it out and pulling it back. You see it's got quite a bit of reach on it. But she's practicing.
Very cool. Everyone's taller than Far by apart from this dude, I imagine.
Yeah, the dwarf is not taller than you. But you see this quite bulky dwarf with this long ginger beard and tied back hair, wearing this gold chain armor. Make a perception check for me as you look at them. And all he's carrying is this long greatsword.
I can't roll the. I've got to do digital dice because if I roll the dice, the cat will go for it. So,
hey, it might help.
oh, there. See, where we're going. I got 11. Don't.
Cool. Yep, no worries.
Screen, you can't touch it. Oh,
okay. It's very nice armor, clearly. And you probably think you recognize this dwarf, but you're not 100%. Not because all dwarfs look alike, but just because you've seen a lot of people in your business. But you feel like this is someone you might know, but you can't remember where from. Over here, just trotting around, you see a centaur.
Right.
This woman here with this beautiful black horse body, wearing this leather armor and carrying a double-bladed scimitar, who is just swinging it around and every now and then rears up to wave to the crowd.
Everybody here is jacked except
and they get a little bit of a cheer as they do that. And then the nearest one to you, I'd say, that you're going to walk directly up to is this quite tall orc who's got this very light green skin. He's not wearing a lot of clothes. He's like wearing furs and a little bit of leather, enough to cover him, but nothing else. And he's carrying 2 battle axes. And it's just they're like, sucking himself up. You will also notice that there are several elves, like wood elves, wandering around. And you'll all notice these, just save me, I have to describe it every time. They are wearing white robes with gold detailing on it. And on their back, it says steward, cleric, safety officer.
Right.
And for those of you that speak multiple languages, it starts in common and then it scrolls magically through the other languages that you speak.
Oh, cool.
Whatever you read, it will scroll through just to make sure that you're fully aware, because common might not be your first tongue or your native tongue. And it scrolls through magically just whoosh, to show the language, but it always says the same thing. Who would like to get to know their competitors next?
I really want to see who Kingston's up against, because I'm definitely...
I'm wondering now if this is...
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Cool, I can get rid of that one. He's not there. Okay, so you see 4 competitors in front of you, Kingsman. I will do this one next. You see the gauntlet. You can't see into it. There are quite large wooden walls, but we can all see what awaits you. There are stairs up. You are near the entrance on that side, and on the far side is the exit. And you can't see anything else because of the wooden walls, which cheers me up. But it's about 15 feet elevated off the ground. And stood in front of you, the nearest one to you, who is one of my favourite NPCs, is this little goblin who's got this like grey-white mustache, is wearing this red cap, has got a red shirt underneath these navy blue overalls, and just wearing these brown shoes. And he's just jumping around everywhere, going, woohoo!
Oh my god!
It's me, Bladio. Let's go. It's basically doing the whole time.
Oh, brilliant!
We'll come back to him. You can make a check for him in a minute. You also see, you can only see the front of him because he doesn't turn his back on the crowd immediately. You see this little gnome with this big bouffant up hair. He's wearing these goggles that cover his eyes, so you can't see his eyes. He's got an apron on. You can't see his shirt or trousers or anything. He's got an apron on that covers his body and these gloves and boots. And he's just very focused, like jumping up and down the spot, just jogging a bit, like stretching. And then he turns around and like he's got nothing on underneath the apron. He's got that apron, gloves and boots, and that is it. But you can see he's got these leaf tattoos that go down his body. But he is limbering up. The next person you see, and you can have a chat with them all in a minute if you'd like to, is this tabaxi, who is, again, is like really small. Like they're all 3 foot or under, the ones you've seen so far. And he's this orange tabaxi with like the classic orange fur, white chest, black stripes like a tiger, with this mohawk that's a bit grey and black down the middle, and this big mustache on his face. But he is ripped. Like his muscles have muscles. He's obscenely muscular, but he's this 3 foot tall cat, basically, who is incredibly muscular. All he is wearing is these cut off denim shorts. And again, stretching, focused, like posing for the crowd. And that's when you notice, like, he is more ripped than you are, but he is less than half the size. He might have more muscle than you do, and he's half your size.
I've got the height. I'm okay.
No,
yeah.
Body to body mass ratio, man. It's all muscle.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's like 0% fat. Like you
Yeah,
might be
dude.
negative. There's so much muscle you don't know. Like the world he might owe some fat to the world. And then the fourth figure stands out from the rest because they are slightly taller, about 4 feet, 4.5 feet tall, but is clearly a dwarf. But all you can see is this woman who has got this grey hair in plaits tied back, a mask covering her face, or a bandana covering her face, and just wearing really simple, like average clothing, stuff that wouldn't stand out. It's got gloves on. It's not stretching though. It's just stood there like you're doing, measuring up the competition. Make a perception check for me, Kingsman.
14.
Cool, no worries. Those are your competitors. Neshka, would you like to get to know yours first? Because I would just say Steve's are more complex because they've also got steeds.
All right, yeah, I'll meet mine.
Of course, there's 5 competitors here. Nearest you is a fellow orc, but they're not an orc, they're an orog. So they are blue-skinned. They're slightly more intelligent orcs, is how they are meant to be. But that doesn't mean anything. And he smiles at you and will wave. You don't necessarily know him, but he will wave because you're a fellow of the orc species.
I'll wave back.
He was very friendly, very happy to see you. You also see a little halfling here. He's wearing this very nice leather armor, and he has got an eye patch on one of his eyes. Again, he's lots of mustaches here, I'm afraid, Mrs. Bimblebomble. He's got this very dark blonde hair, and he's got this mustache that comes up, and he's got a rapier that he is just like dashing with, and he's pretending to thrust. And every now and then he goes, "Ha ha!" There's all you hear from him, unless you go and speak to him at some point. Next to him, you see the Dragonborn that barged in front of Kingsman. And this is a black scaled Dragonborn with these green eyes, wearing okay leather armor, but not as nice as the halfling. Like his leather armor is very nice and expensive, very detailed. Hers is a bit simpler. Also has a rapier and is talking to a half orc that is stood next to her. Now this half orc has got an eye patch, has got this bouffant hair, a very small mustache, has got a prosthetic on their left hand, and has got a prosthetic on their right leg. And you would notice with your passive perception But he has not stood up straight. He has stood slightly at an angle, as his prosthetic is clearly not made for him and is slightly shorter than it should be. And he's slightly off balance. And he's holding his sword in his prosthetic hand. But he's wearing the colours of Brie Obscure. He's got red, blue, and yellow clothing on, which are the colours of that nation. And the last person you'll see will be over here, which is a hobgoblin with this very quite bright orange skin in some places. And is wearing very formal clothing. Again, wearing their nation's colour. She's got this very light green, very natural coloured clothing on, which you would match to the nation of Steok. Not practicing, is measuring up the competition and just working out, checking over the floor where everyone is going to be fighting to make sure that it is safe, there's nothing there. She seems very focused. And then last, but by definitely no means least, Steve. Or Shafe, sorry. So Shafe, have you done your Find Steed yet?
No, I will do it as I approach.
Cool. Would you like to describe to everyone what your steed looks like?
So what turns up when I finish casting the spell is a Shire horse. It's a roan-coloured Shire horse with black fur around fetlocks,
Nice.
black mane, very, very long black mane, and parts of it are picked up, braided, and the dressage sort of top knots all the way along. Very long black tail, and as it runs onto the field, the jousting field, it does the donkey from Shrek wave of the hair. It just flows lovingly.
I'm a noble steed. Got me a noble steed.
And then it just trots up and down doing a dressage step for a few moments as I make my way over to my fellow competitors.
Cool. And as you do, the first one you notice is this, you would guess human, this one here.
Yeah.
Who is wearing full plate armor. Like this full plate armor, it's not particularly nice, but you can also see this blue, green, and yellow tones to it in different places that you would attach to Brie Obscure, the nation of Brie Obscure. And it's sat up atop an elk. Make an insight check for me quickly as you look at him.
Oh, my mouse is gone. Come on, where are you? There you are. Insight, yeah?
Yep.
Oh, 19.
Cool. He clearly is not comfortable on this elk, and you see the elk is like trying to throw him a little bit sometimes, and he's just trying to keep hold of it. Clearly very uncomfortable on this elk. Like, he's wearing full plate on top of an elk. Like that. I think that is a pretty uncomfortable place to be. He's also the only one sat on this steed. Yeah, he's also the only one sat on this steed. Everyone else is stood next to it. One of the figures you recognise as the drow, or presented as a drow from Drudan, which is Sabre Yalavar, who is stood next to this beautiful white horse, like brilliantly white. And they seem to be very, you don't have to insight this, they are clearly very connected. Like, she's been very kind, she's feeding it. There's no saddle though, no reins, just a horse, and her stood next to it. But they clearly, you can tell they have some sort of connection. You then see an elf, and you can recognize them partly because they have the pointy ears sticking out, but also they are wearing the silver and gold armor, not full plate, but like pretty good armor of Spear. And they've got this metal mask over their face, like this silver mask that just covers their lower face, with this beautiful blonde hair that streaks out down as she stands next to her bear, her brown bear. And with your passive perception, Steve, you notice around this bear's nose and mouth, there's like this red dust residue, which you would not know what that is. Farah and Mrs. B might if you mention it to them.
Okay.
And then there's a figure that stands out amongst all of these people as you have to look up to look at her, like 7.5 feet tall, and this sturdy, strong-looking orc wearing broken, damaged armor, but clearly not bothered about it. And she has this helmet that is slightly broken and pulled apart in places. Just that you feel like you get the impression she's probably pulled it apart so you can see a bit better, because it's meant to have like just eye and a little slit at the front. But she's like pulled it apart so she can see and talk as her tusks stick out. And she is stood next to an equally large warg, perfectly calm, like it's rolling over, it's being very friendly, and she's like stroking its belly and being very, very friendly with this warg. But those are all of your competitors. And we're getting pretty close to the end here, but you have all met your competitors. Mrs. B, though, what are you up to whilst everyone else goes and meets their competitors?
I want to look at the spectators, and I want to try and find a group of maybe not nobility, but like on the fringes of nobility, those in good standing.
Maybe a perception check to try and pick them out. They're not hiding or anything. It's just to see if you can pick out the right sort of people.
Okay. 16.
Yeah, you would probably notice some relatively well-off, but not super rich people going to the melee event.
Sure. I will sort of like hobble behind them, and very much giving this sort of like, oh, where am I kind of vibes. And whoever's nearest, like, my grandson's in this.
They just like scooch a little bit further away, like just a scooch a half inch away from you. But as you're get into the stand, like it is rammed in here. They get as many people in as they can. There's safety, but they're not too worried about this element of safety. But they try and scooch away, but can't. It's very nice.
You travelled far?
A little bit, yes, not too far though.
Oh, nice. Did you carriage or did you have to caravan?
I'm sorry, who are you?
Oh, hello, dear. I'm Mrs. Bimblebumble.
Oh, hello. And shakes, like, reaches out, will shake your hand if you offer it, but very
absolutely
timidly.
Yeah. Oh no, just here in the city, having a bit of a, I lost my husband recently, so just finding myself again after that, and well, I say he's my grandson. He's not by blood, but I've sort of taken him under my wing, and he's having a wee punt. He won't do very well, but we'll cheer him on.
Oh man, that's rough, Shay. Really mean.
Okay.
And I'm just going to make idle, boring chit-chat with them for the entirety of the event.
Yeah, you get the impression they know who you are.
Brilliant.
And they are slightly scared.
Excellent. I want to do everything in my power to make them question that by giving them Werther's originals, showing them pictures of my grandchildren, talking about needlepoint, the whole shebang.
Amazing.
Hell of a long con, yeah.
Yeah. I can't wait to see how that plays out. And as you're sat there, you don't notice anyone else in the crowd. But all of you at each of your events, one of the stewards wearing the white robes and gold steps forward, and you see they hold out this golden gem in their hand, and they just pull a wisp of gold magic that comes off of it, swirl it in the sky, and like this cone appears, as though they've cast thaumaturgy. And at each of your events, you hear the same voice weirdly from all different people, as you hear, well, the events are ready to start. If everyone could prep themselves, we are 2 minutes before the start. If you're not seated, get seated. If you're going to the arcane archery, please be seated. We've already had one episode. Right. Everyone, get ready. And with that, we will end tonight's session as you have got to the tournament. And it's got quite a bit of work to do at this tournament, I would suggest. But thank you all very much for playing. Thank anyone to watching, whether it's on Twitch or YouTube. Don't forget, if you are watching, I don't know if you follow or subscribe on Twitch, but whatever it is, do that. On YouTube, I know it's like and subscribe. So like and subscribe to Band of Badgers. They've got loads of other videos on their channel of all different RPGs, TTRPGs. So go and check them out. Anything I want to say before we finish?
No, good time. Sorry about my cat. He's really fuzzy today.
Oh, that's outrageous! How dare you?
It's the only thing off the keyboard, so here he is.
Oh,
there's worse things to happen than have a cat come on your lap, which I also saw happen to Steph as well.
Yeah. My boy was like, I've missed you.
Cool. Well, we'll be back in 2 weeks for the next episode of A Deadly Quest, where maybe we'll win some tournament events, but what they're definitely won't be happening is any shenanigans from my side of the table.
All shenanigans.
Thank you very much.
What happened to the 237 gold?
Oh, we were going to split it. So
still
you
got
show
it.
back and we split it. When
we'll pick that up.
Very fair.
We're going to say goodbye, and we will pick that up. Everyone who is here, players, stay, and we can have these conversations. Everyone else, we'll see you next time on Deadly Quest.
guys.
Bye.